Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're tackling a huge and hugely rewarding decision, bringing a new pet into your home. It's so exciting, but it also means some serious thinking.
I mean, who doesn't love the idea of a new best friend, right? But hold on, before you dive headfirst into all that cuteness, we need to talk about what it really takes to be ready for this amazing journey.
So let's jump right in and figure out exactly what you need to do to give that pet the happy, forever home it deserves.
Okay, so the very first big decision you've got to make is where your new companion is going to come from. And trust me, this choice has some pretty big ripple effects, not just for you, but for the whole animal community.
So on one side, you have buying from a reputable breeder. And the big draw here? Predictability. You kind of know what you're getting, their size, their personality, and maybe even a heads up on their genetic health.
And then you've got adoption. Now, yeah, it's usually less expensive, but the real impact, it's so much bigger than that. You're supporting an entire system of care, and honestly, you're giving an amazing animal a second shot at a great life.
And that's not just some feel-good line. It's the real deal. Shelters everywhere are packed to the gills, so when you adopt, you're not just getting a new buddy. You're literally making room for another animal that needs help.
All right, so you've made the big decision. But love and a good home, well, they aren't free. The financial side of things is a huge deal. And honestly, the numbers can be a bit of a shocker.
Get this. The American Kennel Club did the math, and just getting set up with a new dog can hit you hard. We're talking adoption fees, all the gear, some training, those first vet visits. It all adds up to over $2,000 right off the bat.
And nope, it doesn't stop there. That's just year one. Every year after that, you're looking at another $2,500 for the basics like food, vet checkups, grooming, you name it. That's a serious line item in your budget for sure.
And just look at how this breaks down. This is what's really interesting to me. Of course, you've got food and vet care. We all expect that. But look, costs for things like dog events or boarding when you travel, they're right up there too. It really shows you how your lifestyle and your pet's life directly hit your bank account.
So you see those big numbers for a dog and you might think, okay, I'll just start smaller. Less cost, less hassle, right? Well, that's where we run into a really common and kind of dangerous myth, the whole idea of a starter pet.
I mean, check out this story. One guy thought he was playing it safe, got his family 3 female gerbils. Next thing you know, he's living in what he called a gerbil Jurassic Park with over 20 of them. It's hilarious, but it's also a perfect example of how small and simple can get complicated fast.
And that really gets to the heart of it. This term, starter pet, it's a total myth. It makes it sound like these animals are less important or need less care, which is just wrong. Hamsters, guinea pigs, rabbits, they all have super specific, complex needs to be healthy and happy.
And this picture, man, it says it all, doesn't it? This is the difference between an animal just surviving versus one that's actually thriving. On one side, you've got that tiny cage you see at the pet store, and on the other, a proper home. It's bigger, it's got stuff to do, and yeah, it takes a lot more space, money, and effort to set up right.
So, here's the bottom line, the big takeaway. There's no such thing as a practice pet, period. Every animal, big or small, deserves someone who is 100% ready and committed from the very first day.
Okay, so you've done the soul searching, you've checked the budget, and you are ready for this commitment. Awesome. What now? Well, now it's time to get your home ready, and we've got a checklist for you before your new pal walks through the door. First things first, you got to go shopping. And this isn't just about the fun stuff like toys. We're talking about the real essentials that are going to make them feel safe and comfortable right away.
All right, next up, pet proofing. Seriously, the best advice I can give you here is to literally get down on your hands and knees and see the world from their perspective. You'll be amazed at the dangers you spot. Dangling cords, cleaning chemicals, even some of your houseplants can be a huge problem.
And don't wait until they're home to think about this. Get their healthcare lined up in advance. If you look at this timeline for a puppy, you can see those first few months are just a blur of vet visits. It's a lot, but it's absolutely crucial for setting them up for a long, healthy life. Okay, all of this, the money, the prep work, it all leads to what is absolutely the most important point we can make. This isn't a hobby you can pick up and put down. It is a deep, long-term commitment to another living, breathing being for its entire life.
And that means you're their person. Every single day for the next 10, 15, maybe even 20 years. When you move, when you change jobs, through all the ups and downs life throws at you, they are counting on you for everything.
So, when it all comes down to it, the real question isn't just, do I want a pet?
It's what kind of pet owner am I going to be? And if you can answer that question honestly, you're taking the most important step towards giving a truly wonderful animal the incredible life it absolutely deserves.